everyone, welcome back to episode 9 of Future Scot Friday. I'm your host, Nor.
And I'm your other host, Danny. Today's guest will be Athletic Director Sarah Dehring.
Hello, thank you for having me today.
How are you?
I'm doing fabulous, thank you.
Glad to have you on the show today. So what is your role at Alma and how long have you been doing it at the college?
So I am the Director of Athletics. I have been at the college for, I started in July of 2011, but when I first started at Alma, I was the volleyball coach. And I was the coach for 5 years and then transitioned into administration. So I was the senior women administrator and assistant athletic director for 5 years before moving into the director of athletics role just last October. So just over a year now.
So could you just give us a brief overview of athletics at Alma?
So as you mentioned, we are the home of the Scots. So we do have coaches that wear kilts. We love plaid. We are very proud of our Scottish heritage. We do have 28 varsity sports, and we compete in the MIAA, which is the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association. And that is comprised of schools mainly in Indiana and Michigan. It's the oldest athletic conference in the nation, which is really unique. That's of any division. So we're an older conference than the Big Ten, for those of you that know that. So really kind of a cool thing and part of our history.
We want to know, what is your favorite athletics-related memory or story?
I don't know if I can answer my favorite one. There's the ones that really get me hype that I really love are, those 5-set thrillers in a game of volleyball, an overtime victory, a golden goal for, some of our teams that have those halftime golden goal performances, or even just an individual feat. Maybe we have, somebody has a record-breaking game or something like that. That's always something that I really love to celebrate with our students.
Like, I went to a basketball game last year where I think we were playing like one of our rivals, and I think it went to like 2 overtimes or something. It was ridiculous.
Yep.
And our one player was just nailing threes like crazy. And then eventually he fouled out, and it was nerve-wracking, but we ended up winning. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know exactly what game you were talking about. It was an incredible performance there, for sure.
So what would you say to a future Scot who is interested in playing a sport at Alma or in college?
I would definitely say to do it. I think one thing that's really unique about Alma, and, as I mentioned earlier, I do have I started my background in coaching. I coached for 13 years collegiately, coaching volleyball. And one thing that I really loved when I first came to Alma is that, if I were to define Alma with one word, it would be opportunity. Our student athletes are student athletes, and it's a part of their identity, but it is not what defines them. You're going to find that the majority of our students are invested and involved in so many other things outside of their sport, whether they are a part of the biology club or a member of Colleges Against Cancer or any of the other, number of organizations that we have to offer. So I think that that's a really, really important piece of it. You're also going to be a part of the Scots family, and you're going to have a lot of coaches, a lot of resources outside of the athletic department. Campus really, really works well together to make sure that every student is successful at Alma, and our student athletes are treated just that same way. So making sure that they have the academic support. So they are, they're not just here for their 4 years, but we're preparing them for the next 40 years of their lives when they're a student here.
I couldn't agree more. There's a lot of opportunities for athletes, and not just athletes, for all Alma students. Outside of working at the college, what do you like to do for fun?
Well, I like to go to Scott's games, of course.
She can't get away from that.
That's what I do. But, I really do love to travel. I think any of our students or anyone that follows me on any social media platform is going to see that I love to do a lot of adventure travel. Whether it's whitewater rafting, kayaking, mountain biking. I do also love to go outside of the U.S. and explore those areas that, are maybe have a little bit less means than we do here in the States. And just, it just seems like every time I go there, I learn something more about myself when I'm learning about those cultures. So really taking myself out of Alma and, seeing the world is a really important part of what I like to do outside of Alma.
Could you tell us what your favorite place that you visited so far is?
There's so many. I get that question a lot. I generally do respond that I absolutely loved Peru. Like I mentioned earlier, I do love adventure type travel. So the trip that I took to Peru, it was a 7-day hiking, backpacking, tent camping, waking up and it's freezing cold. Some people are like, why would you ever say that that's your favorite thing to do? But it was just really a really cool experience. Another thing that some people find really unique is so this is years ago when I hit this goal, but before I turned 30, my goal was to go to all 50 states. And so, I accomplished that. And so I think that even here in the US, there's a lot of really fun experiences and places to go and things to see. Even here at the college, I've done quite a few alternative breaks and different things like that have allowed me to travel with our students, which has been really, really a special experience for me.
I want to see all 30 professional baseball stadiums.
Okay. Coach Chovanik, I believe that's a goal of his, and he and his family every year pick a different stadium. So you'll have to talk to him and see kind of how his route has gone.
I've already seen 6 of them, so
yeah.
I'm getting there.
That's great. Well, that's a really good goal for sure.
We have something on the show called Alma This or That. And basically, we are going to give you rapid fire questions, and you're just going to tell us which one. And you don't even have to explain it unless you want to. So just keep going.
Okay, here we go. Let's do it.
All right. First one, Sac or Dow?
Dow.
Starbucks or Highland Blush?
Starbucks.
I think I already know the answer to this one, but rec center or weight room?
Weight room. Totally.
Bagpipes or Highland dance?
I love bagpipes.
All right, football game or basketball game?
See, these are impossible. I can't answer those. I do. I think that there's special things for both of them. But walking in the entry to a football game with the bagpipes going on just gets me so excited. The finish of a basketball game, though, as we talked about earlier, some of those final going into OT, those are some really, really great experiences. So, I think there's things about both of them that I just really love.
It's a toss-up. You can't.
Absolutely. I got to keep that a toss-up.
Serendipity or Cold Stone?
Serendipity for sure.
Gelston or Brusky?
Gelston. It's way easier to navigate.
Yes. And Joe's.
And then the most controversial question of all, Pizza One or Pizza Sam's?
That really is, isn't it? So when I first started at Alma, all of my student athletes on my volleyball team were Pizza Sam's all the way. And now it seems like it's more of a Pizza One. I probably do go to Pizza One more now, though. Right. So we'll have to go with Pizza One for that answer.
Okay, Sarah, well, thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure to get to know you and get to know a little bit more about sports here at Alma. And hopefully I'll see you around campus.
Absolutely. Thank you again for having me today. Go Scots.
Bye.
Bye. All right, future Scots, we'll see you next time. Make sure to tune in next week, or maybe you could follow the Instagram. That'd be pretty cool. Or check out the Facebook page. And don't forget our website. Go Scots.